You're most welcome to MedTechLabs and today's lecture. My name is Johan Schober and I'm Executive Director. I will first give you some background about the center before I introduce today's speaker, Måns Marklund. MedTechLabs is a research center managed and funded by KTH, Karolinska Institutet, and Region Stockholm. The center develops diagnostics and better treatments for our most common diseases. It is based on research with planned clinical studies. Therefore, MedTechLabs have facilities in Bioklinicum, the building in the middle on the screen, next to Karolinska University Hospital. We have today 12 research leaders working on translational research. And one of our strategic goals is to be one of the 10 best interdisciplinary centers in the world for medical technology research. To get an idea of where we stand today based on the quality of research, impact, and the value of the research innovative power, MedTechLabs commissioned 2 analyses of our 12 research leaders. We wanted to know how good they are and how they contribute to the Stockholm region's life science cluster in terms of innovation and competitiveness. The company Cascelotte won the procurement with its proposal to make an innovation analysis based on the valuation of patents as a complement to the analysis of research quality and impact. This is a new way to measure the value of research results that we will hear more about today. Måns Marklund has more than 20 years of experience of intellectual property and innovation intelligence as a former director at the Swedish Intellectual Property Office. He has worked as an expert in developing the international patent system with the World Intellectual Property Organization. In 2020, he founded the company Cascelotte, specializing in AI-supported analytics of innovation. I would also like to inform you that today's lecture is being recorded. So Måns, welcome to MedTechLabs. The floor is yours. And I will stop sharing my screen. So please.
Thank you, Johan. Thank you for having me. And thank you for this opportunity to expand a little around the results and analytics. So I will try to share a screen here with you. Okay, we'll go into the... Okay, can you see this? Okay, great. So my name is Måns Marklund and I am the CEO of Cascelotte, and I will present the results of the valuation we have done of MedTechLabs. I will also try to put this evaluation into a more general context on the evaluation of research initiatives and innovation intelligence. But let me start with a brief introduction on the methodology for the study. When measuring output from research, there are many indicators of interest. In this evaluation, as Johan said, we are focused on patent indicators. Measuring the occurrence or number of patents as an outcome of technical research is well known, but it has drawbacks. Many patents are actually worthless from an economic perspective or from the perspective of actual use. We will focus on patents that have statistical significant probability of having economic impact. We do this by introducing the Technology Business Index, TBI. I will come back to the methodology behind the Technology Business Index, but for now, keep in mind that patents with Technology Business Index exceeding 70 have a statistically significant probability to have economic impact. So we are focusing on these patents. So this graph shows the development of patent value by scientists at MedTechLabs, the yellow line. And the comparison group is the blue line. Patent value in this graph is defined as the share of patent applications with a technology business index exceeding 70. I will explain more about technology business index shortly. However, the yellow line consists of patent applications where scientists from MedTechLabs are indicated as inventors or applicants and have technology business index above 70, indicating economic impact, as pointed out. The comparison group, blue line, consists of all applications from Swedish inventors or applicants within the technology fields pharmaceuticals, medical technology, environmental technology, and measurement. The same areas are where MedTechLabs patents are categorized according to the data. As can be seen, the share of patent applications with values exceeding 70 increases over time for the applications from scientists at MedTechLabs. This implies that from MedTechLabs patents, a higher share will have economic impact at the end of the period. And between 70 and 80% of the patents applied for are statistically economically valuable. That is after 2012. Also note that the values for the comparison group, the blue line, is decreasing from 2015 from about 40% valuable, economically valuable patents to about 20% at the end. So the first graph indicates that the output, when measured as patent value, has improved over time for the patent applications from scientists affiliated with MedTechLabs. It also indicates that the patent value is very high at the end of the period, and that this could be an indication of world-class results. To verify that the results are very good also in comparison with some of the very best research centers in the world, we expanded the study to include 3 world-leading research centers. The selection of leading research centers was made together with MedTechLabs, and it is at this point important to point out that we are focusing on the patents from the researchers at the program Spectral CT Imaging and Endovascular Techniques. Unfortunately, there was not enough patent applications from researchers at the programs Bioelectronic Medicine or the program Breast Cancer Imaging powered by Artificial Intelligence Diagnostics for any statistical comparisons. The reasons for this can simply be in the difficulty to patent software-based inventions and or the need for a different IP strategy. As you know, all innovations are not patentable. So the comparison focus on world-leading research centers of CT imaging and closely related sciences. We have therefore analyzed patent applications from scientists affiliated to, from the top, the I3 Institute for Innovation Imaging at Harvard University, USA, the iStar Labs, Johns Hopkins University, Baltimore, USA, and the CT Clinical Innovation Center, Mayo Clinic, Minnesota, USA. As you can see from this table, MedTechLabs, the CT Clinical Innovation Center, and the iStar Labs are all producing a very high share of patent applications with technology business index values exceeding 70. The I3 Institute is at the lower level, but still way above the two comparison groups. The comparison groups here are SC1 is same as earlier, consisting of all patent applications from Swedish inventors or applicants within technical fields, pharmaceuticals, medical technology, environmental technology, and measurement. WW1 consists of worldwide patent applications with the same technical fields. So that's the world average within these technical fields. Note that at this table, we have confined the search set to include only patent applications after 2010. The study confirms that the patents from MedTechLabs show very high TBI values. The same was shown from publications from MedTechLabs researchers in the bibliometric study done by the bibliometric team at KTH. So both these indicators, publication value and patent value, respectively confirm that the output from research is very good and on a world-class level compared to these institutes. So let's shortly go back to the Technology Business Index. Instead of merely counting the number of patents, the Technology Business Index, TBI, measures patents' relative economic strength. In many ways, it can be compared to measuring relative strength of scientific publications. All patents are clustered in technological fields and time spans, so-called cohorts. So we only compare patents in similar technology and with close application dates. By using indicators in patent data that are connected to probability of economic value, all patents in each cohort are given an index between 1 and 100, and that is the Technology Business Index value. Some typical indicators that will increase the TBI value of a patent is, for example, increased coverage of the patent. That is the total market that the patent addresses. The number and coverage of backward and forward citations. Forward citations is also the base for publication value metrics. And the ability of the patent to cover several technological areas. All the indicators that I showed examples of here from the patent data are combined and used as input to the algorithms that form the Technology Business Index. So the higher the Technology Business Index value, the greater the probability that the patent will have economic value. There is an important threshold value, and that is with patents with Technology Business Index exceeding 70. Values above this threshold indicates that the patent has statistically significant probability of economical value. So below 70, we cannot be sure. From our point of view, patents with the Technology Business Index above 70 are the most important patents. There are some general remarks of the Technology Business Index that we have learned by this study and other studies that we have done. There is a significant link between publication with high quality scores such as CF scores or PF value and high Technology Business Index values. So in short, great science as measured by bibliometric analytics will be the base for many great patents as measured by the Technology Business Index. We have also seen a positive correlation between higher technology business index values and more inventors, at least in the low numbers. So 2 inventors in the same patent application will statistically produce higher TBI values than a single inventor. In the same way, 3 inventors will produce higher values than 2 inventors. There is also a positive correlation between higher technology business index values and a diversified geographical origin of inventors. So this would lead us to the conclusion that international cooperation and the ability to attract international competence is probably an important part of successful innovation strategy. We also believe there is a significant higher probability of high technology business index values when the research is connected and includes IP expert and especially patent attorneys. So I'm going to show you a different study that Cascelotte made in late 2020. In this study, we analyzed patents related to the CRISPR-Cas9 technology. As you are aware, this technology was at least partly invented by Emmanuelle Charpentier at the time when she was running a science group at Umeå University. And she received the Nobel Prize for this achievement last year. The 2 key patents in this technology has been estimated to be worth 100 to 250 million US dollars. And the total market value for related technology applications was estimated to $4 to $5 billion per year. The main patent, where Charpentier was named inventor, had a technology business index value of 96. This is very high value and confirms the link between TBI and economic value. At the end of 2020, there had been more than 5,000 patents published with technology related to the CRISPR-Cas9. The blue line in this graph to the left represent the cumulative number of applications. The red line and the left red scale indicates the number of applications per year. To the left, we see the 8 largest applicants. The top 4 applicants and the vast majority of these patent applications came from well-known US universities and institutes. When we analyzed the data, it surprised us to realize that less than 6 per mil of these patents of CRISPR-Cas9 had any Swedish inventors or applicants. And from my point of view, this is a very clear indication that the Swedish scientists and science initiatives within CRISPR-Cas9 has an immediate need for an efficient innovation and IP strategy to support their research. Or else, the money and funding we put into these research initiatives will end up in somebody else's pocket. So what can we learn from an international environment on the importance of IP and innovation strategies and how to form them? This is a page from a publication in the North Carolina Journal of Law and Technology. It was published in December last year, so it's only about 5 months old. In this publication, the authors define innovation as the most important area of development in the US. They define the magnitude of this importance to be on a level where it has geopolitical influence on a scale that it should be a main focus for the US government and the US defense initiatives. That's why they rephrase it from being an innovation race to an innovation war. The publication focuses mainly on this being an innovation war with China. Leaving any further thoughts and political discussions, the publication gives some great insight on how to relate to modern innovation strategy. First, innovation strategy should use modern tools such as machine learning to identify and measure preferred future. We believe that the study that Cascelotte has done together with MedTechLabs is an example of such technology intelligence. Second, it proposes to optimize funding to seed the innovations necessary to attain a preferred future. In the examples given here today, I believe that additional funding of initiatives such as MedTechLabs is probably a very good idea, as we have shown that the output is economically valuable. Third, it proposes to secure technology control positions. This is, of course, a part of what we have looked into today. The ability to protect intellectual property, such as patent, and of course, the most valuable patents are the most important. Fourth, they highlight the importance of organization and inter-organizational coordination. We believe that MedTechLabs is a good example of this kind of organization and believe it could serve as an inspiring example to other research initiatives. Let's take a look at the main contenders in the innovation war. So this is USA and China from a patent value perspective. We can in this graph see the development of share of patent applications with technology business index exceeding 70. So this is exactly the same way we have done for MedTechLabs. The US in blue has increased the share constantly since 2000. They are also at a very high level and way above the world average, which is the green line here. China in red is actually increasing at a greater speed, even though patent value is below the world average, the green line. And with this kind of graph, you can understand that the US are worried about the future, especially as we already know that the number of patents from China is increasing at immense speed. Please note that the data after 2018 is not sufficient to verify the movement after this year, so after the dotted line. So the sharp decrease for the US and the sharp increase for China after 2018 is not verified. If we compare to MedTechLabs to this macro analytic of China and US, we could draw the conclusions that the strategy of MedTechLabs is probably a good foundation and serves as a good example of innovation strategy for other research initiatives in Sweden, as MedTechLabs have proved increasing and high value output. So let's summarize some of the conclusions. MedTechLabs has outstanding results also compared to some of the very best research institutions in the world within the same technology field. This is, of course, a result of great research, but it also indicates the importance of a sound strategy, including a strategy for innovation and IP. The use of modern technology intelligence, such as Technology Business Index, to focus and measure innovation. A good organizational setup to be locally active but globally attractive, and also, of course, the use of IP specialists. Also, we believe MedTechLabs serves as a good example on efficient innovation, and therefore will probably attract funding and investment. Something that should be of interest both from other research initiatives' point of view, but also from the view of society. So that concludes my presentation. I hope you found it interesting. The result of MedTechLabs are very inspiring, and we have found it very fruitful to collaborate with the Royal Institute of Technology and MedTechLabs. We are a new company and have set out to constantly develop new tools and methods that can help in improving innovation. We are, of course, interested in new exciting assignments, but we are also open to all kinds of collaboration concerning innovation intelligence. Please feel free to get in contact. You can connect to me on LinkedIn using the QR code here, or feel free to email or call me. And with that, I want to say thank you very much, and I hope with you on that we can open the floor perhaps for questions. And once again, thank you.
Thank you, Måns, for a great talk. Maybe you can stop sharing and I will open up for questions. Please.